Hello, sixth graders, and happy Thursday. We're going to have an amazing day today. Today we're going to define surface area and find surface area for rectangular prisms. I know that you're going to do a great job on this first Play Posit video of the year, but it's not just me who knows that. So does Mr. Smiles. Let's get started. A race required 25 miles of swimming. Eric finished 2/5 of the race, then took a break. How many miles did Eric swim before taking a break? First, if I'm breaking 25 into fifths, what number would go in each box? 5 would go in each box because 25 split into 5 pieces is 5. Eric finished 2/5 of the race before he took a break. So, how many miles did Eric swim before taking a break? Well, if I take two groups of 5, that gives me 10 miles. Label 12 on each number line. Let's look at the first number line. What is the scale of the number line? I can find out by counting how many spaces there are to 18. 1, 2, 3. So I counted by a number 3 times, and I got to 18. What is the scale? What am I counting by? I'm counting by 6. 3 times 6 is 18. So I can fill out 6. 12 is the second line on my number line. Let's look at the next one. What is the scale of that number line? What am I counting by? I'm counting by 4s. So I can fill out 4, 8, 12 is the third line on my number line. Now let's write each quotient as a fraction. Remember that 12 divided by 5 is the same as 12 over 5. 5 divided by 12 is the same as 5 over 12. What's 3 divided by 11? You can use the slash to show a fraction. It's 3 over 11. What's 11 divided by 3? It's 11 over 3. Now let's find the area of some parallelograms. What's the base of this parallelogram? The base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, I only count the length of the line. Now, to find the height, I can't count a slanted line. I need to draw a right angle to the base. Now I can count how tall that parallelogram is. 1, 2, 3. The height is 3. I don't divide by 2 when I find the area of parallelograms. So the answer is just 5 times 3. What's 5 times 3? 5 times 3 would give me 15 square units. Let's look at another parallelogram. What is the base of this parallelogram? What's the length of the straight line we can count? It's 1, 2, 3. Remember, the height doesn't have to be how tall it is. It's any line that makes a right angle with the base. Let's count the height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the area of this parallelogram in square units? It's 15 square units. Make sure that your paper looks exactly like mine as we're going through this video. Now let's find the area of some triangles. What's the base of this triangle? Remember, the base is any straight line we can count. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember that the height makes a right angle and goes to the tallest point. What's the height of this triangle? It's 1, 2, 3. What's 6 times 3? 6 times 3 is 18. When I find the area of a triangle, I do divide by 2, because a triangle is half of a parallelogram. 18 divided by 2 is 9. The area is 9 square units. Now let's find the area of two more triangles. What's the base of this triangle? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the height of this triangle? Well, any line that makes a right angle and goes to the top. 1, 2, 3. So, what's the area of this triangle? Well, 6 times 3 is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9 square units. Now let's try another. What's the area of this triangle? What's the base? The base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the height? The height is 1, 2, 3. Remember that I never count a slanted line. What's the area? 6 times 3 is 18, and 18 divided by 2 is 9 square units. Now let's jump into today's. James needs to cover the rectangle below with paper. How many square inches of paper does James need? Each square represents 1 square inch. So, what is the area of this rectangle? The area is 3 times 5, or 15 square units. Now imagine James needs to wrap a three-dimensional shape in paper. How many square inches of paper does James need this time? First, let's think about this rectangular prism as a box. How many faces will James need to cover? A face is any side of the three-dimensional object. So here's a face, here's a face, here's a face. How many faces does James need to cover? Remember that I'm only seeing one side of the rectangular prism. On the back, there's an identical face to this one. On the right, there's an identical face to this one. And on the bottom, there's an identical face to this one. James will need to cover 6 faces. So, to find the amount of area that James needs to cover, I need to find 6 different areas and add them together. What is the area of the first face? I can see that it's 1, 2, 3 inches high and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches wide. The area of the first face is 15 square inches. 3 times 5 is 15. Now let's find the area of the top face. The top face has a length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a base of 5, and a height of 1, 2. What's the area of the top face? 5 times 2 is 10 inches squared. Now let's find the area of the side face. The base is 1, 2, and the height is 1, 2, 3. What's the area of the side face? 2 times 3 is 6 inches squared. How many of each face is there? Well, there's 2 faces, one in the front and one in the back, that have an area of 15. There's 2 faces, one on the top and one on the bottom, that have an area of 10. And there's 2 faces that have an area of 6. So there's 2 of each size of face. To find the amount of area of paper James needs, I need to add all of those faces' areas together. So I'm going to add 10 plus 10, plus 15 plus 15, plus 6 plus 6. I have to add every single face. Go ahead and add that now. What's the total area of the faces that James needs to cover? The total area of the faces James needs to cover is 62 inches squared. What we did was find the surface area of the rectangular prism. Surface area is the total area of all of the faces of a three-dimensional object. To find the surface area, I need to find the area of each face and then add them together. Now let's try 3 examples. What is the surface area in square units of each rectangular prism? First, remember a rectangular prism has 6 faces. Let's find the surface area of the first one. How do I find the area of the side? Well, it's got a height of 6 and a base of 8. So the area of one side is 48 square units. How do I find the area of the front face? Well, it has a base of 4 and a height of 6. So the area is 24 square units. How do I find the area of the top face? Well, it has a base of 4 and a height of 8. So the area is 32 square units. Now, I know that each of those has an identical face on the back, so I need to add 48 2 times plus 24 2 times plus 32 2 times. Go ahead and add that now to find the surface area of the object. The surface area is 208 square units. Now let's find the surface area of our next rectangular prism. Remember, I need to find the area of each face and then add them together. There's 2 of each face. One on top and one on bottom, one in front and one in back, one on the left and one on the right. Let's find them. To find the area of the front face, the base is 4 and the height is 6. What's the area? It's 24 square units. To find the area of the side face, the base is 2 and the height is 6. What's the area? It's 12 square units. To find the area of the top face, the base is 4 and the height is 2. What's the area? It's 8 square units. Now I need to add up 24 twice, 12 twice, and 8 twice to find the total surface area. Go ahead and add it and find the surface area. The surface area is 88 square units. Now you try one. Find the surface area of the third shape. The area of the side face is 6 square units. The area of the top face is 6 square units. And the area of the front face is 9 square units. When I add side and side, top and bottom, front and back, I get a surface area of 42 square units. Now let's try a few more examples. Whenever I see one in unit cubes, first I want to write the dimensions. So this has a length of 1, 2, 3, 4, a height of 2, and a width of 3. Now I can find the area of each face. To find the area of the front face, the base is 4 and the height is 2. What's the area? It's 8 square units. To find the area of the side face, the base is 3 and the height is 2. What's the area? It's 6 square units. To find the area of the top face, the base is 4 and the height is 3. What's the area? It's 12 square units. Now I can add 8 plus 8, 6 plus 6, 12 plus 12 to find the surface area. What's the surface area? The surface area is 52 square units. Now you try the next two on your own. What's the surface area of the middle shape? The area is 94 square units. Now try the last problem. What's the surface area of the figure on the right? The surface area is 62 square units. You've done a great job on this video. Now it's time for IXL practice. Go to IXL skill FF15. Show your work on the extra paper in your packet.